and Z on air. Active Live, yeah.
Kia ora, no mai, haere mai, to the Radioactive Active Live Room. I'm Aimee, and today we have Porniki, duo Bad Taste, joining us. They're about to do a wee set and answer some questions. Take it away.
Audiences worldwide are being shocked and delighted by bad taste.
Make your plans now, so you too will get a bad spot.
Pull up, yeah, I'm pulling up. Young Gho's alphabet, what you cooking up? Filling up my plate, it ain't full yet. New style, yeah, they don't know what to call it. We be at the drawing board, I ain't got a plan. All I know is that I'm toasted and I wanna jam. Couldn't do it all myself, so I got a hand. Made a few tracks with the bro, yeah, we made it bang, bang, bang. Like a drum do, pull up to the set, we're set, don't need a run through. Making art out of war like Sun Tzu. Boy, know I'm out on the hustle like Kung Fu. What that tongue do? All I do is spit, boy. Alphabet, playing with the tables like some kids' toys. Open up this, yeah, we're lifting up the lid, boy. Get a whiff of that, you can smell it, make a big noise. Breaking new ground like an earthquake in the middle of a tectonic plate that's unprecedented. Young ghost, I'm getting resurrected. What's for breakfast? If you think the world we live is fair, you need to swap perspectives. Cause it's desperate, all these power pits are scum infested. People dying over this money, they're having fun investing. And times are getting tough, yeah, they're getting tougher. But the world's still full of dumb mother cluckers. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, yeah, I'm pulling up. Young Gho's alphabet, what you doing, bruv? We ain't doing much, but we're still busy trying to make some big moves in this little city. We be at the drawing board, I ain't got a plan. All I know is something's gotta change, and I know it can. Cause we're trying to build our kingdom on stolen land and still following the words of some bloody man.
Bad taste.
Yes. Bad Taste here in the Active Live Room. Oh my God. I've been so looking forward to this. And what a great start as well. Welcome. Welcome to Radioactive.
Howdy.
It's so good to have you here. This is my first Active Live since, it feels like months.
Wow.
Level 3 and 4 and whatnot, all the rest of it. So it's so great to have you guys here. And I just feel like we should take this moment to shout out your stylist, your outfit coordinator. Yes. So our listeners won't be able to see, but you'll be able to see on our video that we're recording at the moment later on our Facebook when that goes live. Talk about these outfits.
Yeah, so these outfits were designed in mind for the first show that we were meant to do. Well, it was actually the third show, but we were meant to do a show a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago now. They were designed by our friend Geordie, who goes Jordis.art, and his friend Astro Princess. And they're just sort of inspired by the whole old school hip hop, like just tracksuits, but we wanted to just put our sort of colourful spin on it.
I love it. It's very Halloween kind of themed over here, very timely. I love it. We've got Casper for Casper. And
Pretty
then,
much.
Big Bird for David over there.
Yeah, we're such a new band. We'd only done 2 gigs, and after the first show, a friend showed me a photo, and it wasn't cohesive. It kind of looked like Casper looked good, but it looked like the sound engineer had sort of wandered behind the turntables,
true.
and we didn't want to be 2 individuals. So we're like, what can we do to just be a joint act, like to add cohesion and bring us together? And so we got matching blank orange. And that looked okay. And then we sent it to Geordie and they came back like this.
It's amazing. It's
insane.
Sort of like tie-dye meets graphics meets just paint splatters thrown at it. It's beautiful. Love it.
It's a vibe.
So you talked a little bit then about your individual sort of thing, which I want to delve into a little bit because you are just renowned musicians in your own right. So we've got ALPHABETHEAD over here and Young Gho over here. Could you kind of just tell us a little bit about each of you and your backgrounds, your musical backgrounds, starting with you,
Yeah,
David?
so this is kind of trying to go back to my roots. I fell in love with DJing and hip-hop, and I was really into not the club rocking aspect, but just making bad noises, just pulling things back and forth. I was obsessed with scratching. My grandparents had always touched their turntables and break needles. And so that's the angle that attracted me to DJing. And so I'm kind of old school. So I got turntables when I was a teenager. And as soon as I got good enough, at like 15, I started going in DJ battles. And was in the competitive side of DJing, which is like jam as many crazy techniques as you can in 6 minutes. And I did lots of travelling around the world going in comps.
Yeah.
And then I kind of diverged into other aspects of sampling and stuff, and then went through different bands. And now, for some reason, I'm drawn back to the hip-hop of my youth in this project. It's like completing the circle.
I love that.
And I'm not entirely sure why.
Yeah. And then Casper.
Yeah, so I kind of similar. I started rapping when I was about 15. I've been doing it for a while, just few years of just going through the motions, just like making random stuff. But then a couple years ago, I sort of started to find my pace, made my first album, made a second album, and just pumped a bunch of stuff out. I like all sorts of genres. I like all sorts of colours. That's what really attracted me to David's beat. Is just like they're so colourful. There's so much going on with them. And yeah, this is this last album. We just sort of put it together in the recent times.
So what do you get when you combine ALPHABETHEAD, Young Ghost? What is Bad Taste? What does that sound?
When we first started hanging out, because we're 10 years apart in age, and so it was like, where does our Venn diagrams of love overlap? Maybe that's why it's gone back to the 90s. And there were certain albums from the 90s we both bonded over. So that became like the point that we can diverge off from. And I just make music really scattershot, throwing ideas at the wall. And Casper would just come in and listen to my ideas and freestyle over them, and then to be like, I like that one, let's do that with this. And like the one other cool thing about Casper for albums, he doesn't want to make the same song 12 times. So every song was a different mood we wanted to evoke or a different vibe. So
yeah, he just creates a new vibe every time that a song gets created, and I'm just exist to serve that vibe. So Bad Taste is just the culmination of these two things.
I love it. It's such a good duo. So your first track that we jumped into straight away was called Pull Up, and you've got another one for us now. Tell us about that.
Oh, this is called Laugh It Up. When we were in the studio, I kind of came up with like a way of looking at music and life that is really helpful for me. It's like, say it's just Casper and I in the studio, and he's rapping and I'm having a great time and he's cracking up to my beat. That's a win. And like, if you go into music with that point of view, I love what he's doing, he's loving what I'm doing. There's nothing can beat us. We don't listen to like criticism. No one will upset the fact that we're vibing in that room. And this is the song that, for me, tried to encapsulate that. It's built around that Laurie Anderson, ha, ha, ha. And it's like that idea, like, in music, it's okay to be childlike. And try and forget about, like, being judged and metrics and everything, and just have fun in the room with someone else. And once I came up with that no, it's so fun. There's no
Yeah.
pressure anymore. It's like, whatever you do, I'm going to love. Whatever I do, you might not like, but we'll get something. And then, you know what I mean, eh?
Yeah,
A
yeah.
band just loving what they're doing in a garage is so valid.
Yeah.
And if you can retain that childlike exuberance while you release music and not be buffeted and knocked around by opinions and likes, I think it's amazing. So that's what this song's
That's
about
such
from
a
my
good
point of view.
ethos to have. I love that.
Yeah,
Cool.
totally.
I'm just doing it while they losing it. Feeling like a kid doing stupidness. Fooling with the mix, fine tuning it. Alphabet head, he's producing it. Soon as it's finished, we go and smoke a double sick. Superstition got me looking round and I'm thinking who's doing it. Took a good thing, then they ruined it. Who is this? It's the Young Gho. See the wall, I'm going through that bit. Buckle up, but I thought that you already knew that bit. Steady lacking, but I'm there when it happens. Mess around and waste the whole day game planning. Late comer to the party, but it ain't fashion. I've been busy getting out my straight jacket, then getting straight back in. Change clothes, now I'm looking more kinda what I'm looking for. Type of guy your girl's probably cooking for. Eat my steak while it's looking raw. Moving at my own accord, I don't really look at laws. Chewing words with a crooked jaw. Getting lost in the moment. Time's frozen, everything's stopped and I can't remember much more. But I wish that I could teleport to my front door. Get home in one piece, not fragmented particles. Broken apart like glasses to a basketball. Life's so laughable, but nobody's laughing. Dropping off the edge like whitewater rafting. I don't understand how I feel. I've been processing emotions and it's hard to conceal. It's been taking its toll and it's eating away at me. I've been feeling restrained and there's no way of breaking free. Cold, I am so cold. I am so young, yet I feel so old. Lost, I am so lost. I paid the price, but I do not know the cost of what I've done. I'm just making moves while they wait and do. Get the satisfaction, but we gotta make the paper too. I don't wanna fight with you unless it's for pay-per-view. But if you want war, then we can battle like neighbors do. Try to make it work, then we might just make it through. Hit them where it hurts, then we'll see what they say to you. Chilling out hard, doing nothing for a day or two. Feeling like a deity, smoking on a strain I grew.
Yes, Bad Taste in the Active Live Room if you are just tuning in. So your first gig together as Bad Taste was fairly recently, as you said, earlier this year.
Yeah.
But how far back do you go? How long have you known each other?
Casper was actually a student of mine round the corner at Te Ahoa. So
Yeah.
a couple of years ago, I teach electronic music up there and DJing, and he was studying like DJing and wanted to make beats. But he couldn't help but let us know he was a rapper. Anything we were doing, he'd always find an excuse to like leap into rap. And
Pretty
I
much.
love that about him. You know, say he had to do a DJ performance, he's definitely going to make it a rap performance.
Yeah.
And so I love that spirit. Like even when we are jamming, I might just start playing other songs and he'll just instantly start freestyling over them. And so after course, we just kept in touch and I sent him music. And he was vibing to it, and I just loved. He was quite prolific with writing. I've sent out music to lots of rappers before, and often it disappears down a black hole. But with Casper, it was like whatever I sent, he could always like, okay, I've written to it, and then he'd start bouncing things back. And then last year, as soon as we got out of lockdown. I think being locked down for 3 months, we were just brimming with kinetic energy. So the moment I was allowed back to Wellington, we just got back up to the school and started recording.
Yeah, awesome. Because I was going to ask you, seeing as you have known each other for so long and been around the scene as well for so long, why now? Why are you sort of banded together now? Was it a direct product of lockdown, you think?
Gosh, I had a wrist injury.
Yeah.
So for about 18 months, I couldn't move my wrist and I couldn't scratch, and scratching's what I'm in love with. And so I was like, what if this never comes right? I started sort of making the horizontal shift into production just so I could still make music even if I can't perform it. And so that was my headspace. And what headspace were you in?
Yeah, for me too, I was at a bit of a sort of crossroads musically. Like my first 2 albums, if you go back and listen to them, they're a little bit darker, moody, and sort of more electronic. And I was looking for sort of a way to liberate my sound and make it a bit more uplifting. And I think Dave's Beats just came at the perfect time for me. He just sent me a pack and I was like, oh this could be an album right here, like just this pack. And then, yeah, it just kept going and it was just such a natural fit, really. It just worked.
Just snowballed from there.
Yeah, it was great. It was real natural sort of project to get into. Everything else has been sort of compiled over months and months with like different producers and all this stuff. So this was the first time I got to really just tuck into one project, and yeah, it was just real natural, eh?
Yeah. I was thinking about that, how I hope we can capture that with the next album, because it did take about a year, but to be honest, all the songs came out of this really vibrant, like 3-month period when we were meeting up every week. Is that how you see it?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a year, does it? Like it feels like we made the album really quickly and then just sat on it and perfected it for a while.
Cool, and that came out 10 days ago, I think, just over a week ago, which, first of all, congratulations on
Thank you.
having that product out in the world. And for listeners out there, you can go and check that out on Bandcamp and all other good streaming platforms.
So it's not actually on all the other streaming platforms just yet, but it is going to be coming out on Spotify, Apple Music, and all that sort of thing on the 29th of this month. So yeah, if you're listening and you can't get on Bandcamp for whatever reason, it's coming to all the other ones at the end of this month.
So you've talked a lot about just jamming and, freestyling over top of whatever he throws to the wall. Did you have any sort of specific thing in mind when you were coming up with this album? Any sounds or just little technical things? Anything like that?
I know we love albums that are super diverse. Every song has the different mood. But the other thing is we did the classic album thing where you make more songs than what you need. And then once we'd done like that bunch of 19, we'd step back. And that took a good few months, like Lego moving the Morana. We had a lot of in-depth discussion / arguments about album order and getting to sit with it and listen. We could like play around with the order. When do I start snoozing? When do I want to check my phone? That's not good. Let's add some more interest there. Shorten a track, put in a intermission. So that was fun to have. Make all the stuff, go shopping, get all the ingredients, and then decide what it is. So it's one of those albums that could have gone in so many different ways.
Totally. Yeah, well, I remember the first order of the album, looking at it back, it was a completely different album, really. It kind of started out really moody and then got light and airy, whereas now I think it's a bit more of a story that goes all the way through. But yeah, for me, influence-wise, I sort of tried not to be too influenced by anyone really lyrically, just so it could sort of stay personal. But I think sonically we're definitely quite influenced by just the sort of hip-hop concept album of the 90s, just classics by like Jizza and MF Doom and all that sort of thing, like helped inform our sound palette. But really, we just love so much music. We're inspired by everything. We're equally as inspired by some prog rock from the 70s as we are by the next up-and-coming rapper that's coming out. We want to take it all in and just spit out that bad taste.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, you cheeky devil.
Alrighty, so what's up next for us? We've got another track to play.
Wheel of Pain.
Cool.
Yeah. Yo. Small child to a grown man, turning the wheel of pain, feel like I'm Conan. Trapped in my screen, somebody changed the program. I'm no fan of what's on, yeah, we gotta switch it up. I'm running out of nugs and I'm chopping up my stalks, and my mind is barely functioning so I can hardly talk. I'm just speaking with my mind, conversating with my thoughts. Little bit of tranquilizer got me feeling like a horse. I'm galloping frantically, looking for a bag to put the salad in, thinking about my sanity and panicking. Manic things, had a dream and woke up, I was in another. Fell into the fire from the frying pan, melted like a stick of butter. Sick, I ain't got insurance, no mileage has it anymore, cause we cannot afford it. Back then you just went and found a plot and bought it. Nowadays we're all paying off somebody's mortgage. Tell a landlord go and get a real job. Why they trying to tell me no pets when I need my dogs? If the property manager, they can touch a stick. You can mow the lawns, I'ma go and chop some other bits. Yeah, they're acting slick, but they're up to dirty tricks. Take advantage of you, then they'll make you feel worse for it. Worse is it's a systematic problem that we're burdened with. There's a lesson on display, but nobody's learning it. Half finished, but we're still adjourning it. Now we're just lurking, we're intent, loitering with friends, waiting for the moment when all of the stupid things end. Realize this is just a section of a series of unfortunate events. I think I gotta sit, then take a deep breath. Time ticking like Big Ben. I talk too much, I need to listen more. I'm so tired of fighting in this hidden war. It's all about the hearts and minds. Find the right message and they ain't that hard to find. You don't need to be a mastermind to be a supervillain. All you need is a computer and a few who listen. So desperate, all they want is to believe, whether Christianity, conspiracies or the economy. It's so much easier to see it as a big plot rather than a whole bunch of people getting ripped off. Either way, we're lost. Blame it on the aliens, blame it on the parasites that burrow in your cranium, blame it on uranium, blame it on potassium, blame it on the cannabis, blame it on the Valium, blame it on the boogeyman, blame it on Akon, blame it on Pokemon, blame the vibrations, blame it on the government, blame it on yourself. Just don't sit and feel like it's not too late to help.
Unreal.
You're a bad man, Dave.
Cheers from the studio there. That was some good stuff. So what do we got on the cards for Bad Taste? You're playing Twisted Frequency.
Yeah, we're playing
up.
Twisted Frequency. We're playing on the hip-hop stage downstairs. Yeah, we're playing pretty late in that, I think, on New Year's night, which should be pretty fun.
You've done that a couple of times before solo, right?
Yes, this is my third time. The first time was just like a little solo set in the middle of the day. Last year, I was a busy bee last year, actually. I hosted a open mic. I subbed in for Raw Collective's vocalist, and then I did a DJ set straight afterwards. So that was really hectic. So this year I'm excited to just be doing one set, just chilling. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Awesome. And then anything else local we can look forward to? Anything like that?
Yeah, we got a couple shows coming up. We might have one come in that's not been announced yet, but the next one that's in stone that I can think of, we got one on December the 11th, Valhalla. That's going to be with Cold Ceiling and The Shocking and Stunning, two amazing bands who we're big fans of. December the 11th.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a goodie.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Sure. Where's a good place for people to keep up to date with what you're up to? Are you active on the socials?
Yeah, probably just follow both of us on Instagram. He's ALPHABETHEADS. I'm Young Ghost. We do have a Bad Taste Instagram as well, Bad Taste NZ. But yeah, if you follow all three of those, then you can't really miss a thing. And Bandcamp, of course, too. Alphabet and me both have Bandcamp, so yeah, get on there and follow us there.
And of course, the new album out now on Bandcamp too.
Yes,
cool.
Pretty much.
We got time for one final song.
Ooh.
Let's go. Happy Friday, everyone.
Oh yeah. me rolling in the morning like I woke up off a pressy. I ain't even left my bed and it's already getting messy. Got a throbbing in my head, the way it's hitting's very heavy. Inhale the smoke and then I blow it like some confetti. I was hanging out with Jesse, hanging out with G, low key, getting on the rinse, sipping with my team, on it like a podium. Number one, it's feeling like a white chick. I was up to dumb bits, now I'm rolling in the morning. 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 See me rolling in the morning. I'm rolling in the morning. I'm rolling in the morning. I'm rolling in the morning. See me rolling in the morning like I woke up in my car. I got voices in my head, but I don't know who they are. And my skin is all wrinkly like I woke up in a spa. Whole mind fried, living room looking like a bar. Couple caps up in my belly, singing like Mariah. Might be chatting bluff, but I am not a liar. Yeah, my brain shrunk like it just came out of the dryer. With the heat too high, I think I'm about to expire. Like the bread on my shelf, I ain't put it in the freezer. Chilling at my leisure, smoking on sativa. Do it all year like the Christmas bunny. And I got a bag of laughs in case it gets funny. I just pour another drink with the ice on top. Never waiting for a break because life don't stop. Pour a drink with the ice on top. Don't wait for a break cause life don't stop. I'm just rolling in the morning. I'm rolling in the morning. Rolling in the morning. I'm rolling in the morning. See me rolling in the morning. I'm rolling in the morning. I'm rolling in the morning. I'm rolling in the morning. Rolling in the morning. I'm rolling in the morning. See me rolling in the morning. I'm rolling in the morning. Rolling in the morning.
Yes. Ngā nui. Big aroha to Bad Taste for joining me today. Thank you guys so much.
Pleasure.
It's
Thank
been
you.
an absolute pleasure. Happy Friday, everybody. Ka kite anō.
Cheer.
Thanks, Aimee.
Active Live. Friday, 3:30. Every week a new band. In studio. Brought to you by NZ On Air.
Here at Active, we like to kick the weekend off early, and that begins with the Friday Flow, hosted